Ladies and gentlemen, Fox has a $1.6 billion lawsuit that it might very well lose. CBS News Delaware judge sanctions Fox News lawyer in Dominion lawsuit. This is just today. A lot of these cases are very politically motivated, obviously, but also there's political momentum. For example, here against Fox. The reason is not because of the same, it's not because Fox News is on the wrong side of history, or that Democrats are virtuous and Fox is evil. The reason that they're likely to lose this is because they didn't cover Trump in the manner that MSNBC and CNN cover Biden. What I mean to say here is that you had people at Fox News who pretended that it was a virtue, that it was some kind of positive attribute to just go against Trump, to say, oh, he's mean and rude and therefore, record low poverty in 2019. Well, Doha Agreement, Abraham Accords, first president to step foot in North Korea. We didn't have an invasion in Europe with Trump. We didn't have inflation with Trump. We didn't have all these problems that we have today with Trump, but we have them with Biden. The point is, I'm not going to get into the specifics because we can't get into the specifics. They didn't cover 2 years ago in the manner the Democrats covered 2016 through MSNBC and CNN. Now, I think Tucker Carlson is fantastic. Sean Hannity is on the right side of history now. He wasn't 20 years ago when he was backing Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld, but the Republican Party's become more populist, more libertarian, against never-ending, or I should say, the Trump Republicans are against never-ending military conflict. The morally superior among us, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, have no problem with endless military quagmires and conflict, okay? So the people who watch MSNBC and CNN and read the Washington Post and New York Times and Vanity Fair and Esquire, The Atlantic, they find Trump to be the embodiment of evil, while at the same time being totally fine with endless military conflict in Europe. The invasion took place under Biden. We can go, and there's a reason for that, because his foreign policy was a catastrophe, and we're 90 seconds to midnight, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. You might say, well, what does this have to do with Trump and 2 years ago on the lawsuit? Trump is sending them to bankruptcy not because of anything that Trump did. Tucker Carlson's not the problem. I love Greg Gutfeld. He's fantastic. That's not the problem. What took place 2 years ago is that they didn't cover. Now you might say that you're not explaining yourself, but they did not cover Trump's claims, whether they were right or wrong, in the same manner that the claims of Adam Schiff or Democrats or Hillary Clinton were covered with the personalities at CNN and MSNBC. Do you think that the personalities at CNN and MSNBC, and this is one of the greatest talking points regarding this lawsuit, well, they didn't believe what they were saying, Fox News. They were backing Trump and they didn't believe what they were saying. Nobody believed at CNN or MSNBC that Trump was a Russian operative, or that he had real tax issues, that he was compromised, or that he pressured anyone in Georgia. Nobody truly believes that. These are all people who, the producers, very few people actually truly believe any of that. They know that Trump is a very lucrative. They know that opposing him or pretending to be on the right side of history, morally superior, opposing him is a very lucrative endeavor. And they're selling advertising. So objectively, life was better under Trump. You could just draw a T-chart. Life under Biden, life under Trump. It's objectively better. What they did is they made it all about his personality. And they accused him of everything under the sun. Trump tries to sue, doesn't ever work out in terms of, going after. Then it's like, oh, it's a First Amendment issue. With this Fox thing, what they did is they tried to play both sides. They didn't simply say, they could have simply said, if they were concerned about making statements that Twitter would find, or Democrats or media or late night would find reprehensible regarding 2 years ago, they could have simply said, look, this is the opinion of the people who were hosting. It's not necessarily the opinion of the show or of the corporation. Interestingly enough, you never hear that from MSNBC or CNN. They're always accusing Trump of everything under the sun, and they never take any precautions. But specifically, and hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, specifically, there was a corporation that a guest or a couple of guests made claims about. How they accused Fox News of also being involved in these claims is very bizarre, but they managed to do so in a court of law. All Fox News could have said was, before interviewing those individuals, look, this is not the viewpoint of our corporation, and any views regarding specific corporations, those are the viewpoints of our guests. They could have gone that route. I mean, I'll explain further. Hit subscribe to this channel. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. Become part of a newsletter. Go to contactgoodman88@gmail.com. If you want to support my work long-term, my Patreon is below, ladies and gentlemen. And a super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. The reason that Trump is sending them to bankruptcy, and who knows if they could absorb a close to $2 billion hit, and if they lose this, they might lose other lawsuits. You might say, well, that's going to be bad for Trump. Not really, because the alternative to Fox will be an even more, I should say, populist cable station that takes over, or cable stations that are more populist from a conservative perspective than Fox was. I think they realize their mistake. What they did was they tried to just, they tried to distance themselves from Trump while at the same time reporting on his viewpoint regarding 2 years ago. What they simply should have done, like, for example, they didn't give him an opportunity to really talk or explain that he didn't want people to commit any crime. He did. I believe they had him on in January, but they don't report on contentious topics, and I'm talking in roundabout terms. They don't report on contentious topics regarding Trump in the same manner that MSNBC and CNN report when it comes to Biden, when it comes to Hunter, when it comes to Hillary. Okay? There was still an element of Fox News that tried to kind of walk a tightrope, maybe sit on the fence. If you sit on the fence and you're a network where the vast majority of your viewers vote for Trump, you're going to go down. And you're then going to put yourself in a situation where you're not defending your initial viewpoint for fear of backlash from the overall media. So they could have very well not just had one or two controversial individuals make specific claims about a corporation. That was why they're in this situation. Had they simply defended Trump, and here, 9 minutes, if you've lasted this long, I know it was very difficult to kind of understand or comprehend my long-winded diatribe and, my manner of communicating, but that's the nature of this topic. They should have defended a specific viewpoint that they wanted to defend in the manner that MSNBC and CNN defend their outlandish viewpoints, their viewpoints that have been proven to be false, their viewpoints that have been proven to be completely absurd allegations. Had they done so in a very bizarre manner, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's because they don't treat Trump in the manner that MSNBC and CNN treats Biden that they're in this situation. Finally, I get to the point. Well, I think I said that the first minute. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you. Huge developments, ladies and gentlemen, on a whole bunch of topics. Be here tomorrow, early in the morning.